So you had a heck of a match on Monday night.
Thank you very much.
Do you think that it's going to be a long show on Sunday? Do you guys think that you're going to have so much time on Sunday on the card for the match?
I hope so. I mean, it's a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, which has been obviously one of the most prestigious titles for a long time in WWE, but particularly the last year. You know, you look at Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Roman Reigns. Those are three guys that have carried the title, and with the Universal title kind of being on the outs and outs with Brocksky, I mean, that's the one we've all been fighting for. So, very cool experience. I think all of us are going to get everything we got, and hopefully we got a couple extra minutes in us for the crowd.
What can you say about Finn as a competitor and as a WWE superstar?
Finn, I mean, I got nothing bad to say about the guy. He's fantastic. You know, he carved his own niche, did things his own way to get to WWE, and since he's been here, he's a hard-working dude and a nice guy. You know, I hope the best for him, except for this Sunday when I hope that I beat him. So, you know, he's a great guy and an awesome person to be in the ring with.
So you're in the WWE for a few years now. You're getting more and more famous. And how do you live with being famous, being recognized all over the world by many people, and maybe not having private life and getting asked for pictures and autographs?
Well, I think you got to find a balance. You know, obviously there's a privilege that goes along with being a WWE superstar, and that is, you know, the money and the fame and the recognitions and stuff like that. And you got to appreciate that. But at the same time, you know, regular citizens also need to learn to be respectful sometimes as well. So I think that there's a fine line. You know, if I meet somebody here and there who happens to run into me at a coffee shop or a restaurant or something, I'm more than you know, welcome to say hello and take a picture and all that stuff. But sometimes we get people who take it a step too far, and they'll kind of stalk and wait and you know, find your schedule out and try to be where you're going to be, and like, that's a little too much, man. You know, we still are human beings at the end of the day. We still have to have a little bit of privacy to ourselves, and if you're going to invade somebody's privacy like that, you should expect a bit of a backlash. So I think there's a balance. I think understanding and appreciating the position that we're in and appreciating the fan base and stuff like that, but at the same time, don't be pushy, just be cool, man. And if you're cool, we're cool, and everything will be good.
How hard is it yourself in all this, all the trouble, with all the fans? And
I think that's just who you surround yourself with. I think some people can get caught up in the hubbub of being, you know, a big star or whatever, but if you keep your circle close and you keep the people around you sort of that, you know, you grew up with, or your family or whomever, I think if you keep that, they're always going to bring your ego down. So, you know, no matter how inflated you might get, how cool you think you are, to your mom, you're still going to be her little boy. So as long as I think you keep the right people around you, that goes a long way in keeping you level-headed.
But you don't see them so often, so like, are you calling, telephoning with them all the time?
Yeah, I mean, it's 2018, you know what I mean? It's a different world than it was 20 years ago. It's super easy to be in touch with the people you love, you know. When, you know, 1985, you had to send a dang telegram or, you know, spend $3,000 to make an across-seas phone call. Now I can just get on this deal and see my dog on a Tuesday night if I want to, you know. So as the world gets smaller, all of us get closer together. So that's actually a nice benefit of technology.
You've also been involved with wrestling training, right? Black and Brave Academy. And
yes.
I think a friend is running the company, but you're part of it as well. So
yes.
Do you get to spend time there in this hectic schedule from time to time?
Yeah, I mean, we run sessions almost year-round. So, and I go home between weeks, most weeks. I mean, we do shows on the weekends, but usually during the week I'm home. And when we're in session, I'm there. It's inside my gym as well. So, you know, I work out and they're there, and I teach, and my old tag team partner Merrick Brave runs the majority of the classes, but I'm around and I play a big part in especially the last couple weeks of the school, and making sure that everyone's ready to get out of there and do their own thing.
Right there. Doing Power Wrestling Magazine in Germany, we had a story about it last year from Janice, who's photographer, and went there and did a lot of stuff with Merrick there.
Yeah, she was great. She came by and took some pictures and ran a great story. It was a good article, and painted us in a really great light, and that's just what we do. We're just trying to help kids get started in the business, and it's a great place to learn doing the best in the absolute world. So, you know, we did it to give back, and I'm glad that people are acknowledging that.
How would you describe the difference between the personal Seth Rollins and the WWE superstar?
It's a fine line. Obviously, on television, I'm a bit turned up. You know, you take the knob and crank it to 11 and find some of your personality traits and just accentuate them on television and make yourself a different type of character. But I think in real life, I'm much more laid back. I'm not crazy. I kind of just like to hang out and have a good time and relax and stuff like that. So, and I'm not nearly as bad of a guy. Some of the things I've done, you know, in my WWE career, I don't think I would ever do in real life. So it's a fine line. There's definitely pieces of Seth Rollins in me and Seth Rollins at the same time.
A big part of your life is CrossFit. Like, how would you describe the way it changed maybe you and your workout style, your preparation for a fight?
Yeah, I mean, for me, you know, CrossFit was just the best thing. It's simulating what it feels like to be in a match, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun and effective than, say, for me, like a bodybuilding workout. You know, I just get more out of it in less time, and the community was a huge part of it too. You know, bodybuilding is it's got its own niche community, it's a small group of people, but CrossFit's kind of for everybody, and if you go to any CrossFit gym in the entire world, no matter what country or continent you're on, they're going to welcome you in, and you know, you guys can all do the same workout together and stuff like that. So I think the inclusiveness of CrossFit is really the most appealing part of it to me. Obviously, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in, and I'm almost 32 years old. I'm strong, I'm healthy, and I feel really good, and I owe a lot of that to CrossFit as well. But I think just that inclusive nature of the industry and of the sport is the funnest thing for me.
Do you have any hidden talents or do you have any hidden talents, or what would you have done if you haven't become a wrestler?
If I wasn't a wrestler, I would just be a bum on the street. I honestly, it was all I ever wanted to do, man. I know it sounds crazy, but I never had any ambition to be a doctor, a lawyer, you know, an accountant, anything like that. I just wanted to be a pro wrestler, and I'm very fortunate that it worked out for me and that I've gotten the opportunity to live my dream. But I put all my eggs in this basket. I never had a backup plan, so who knows where I would end up. I like to think I'm a reasonably intelligent guy, and I could have got a regular 9-to-5 somewhere and done all that, but I mean, what would WWE be if Seth Rollins was working in a cubicle somewhere, you know what I mean? So fortunate that I ended up where I did.
So Sunday, WrestleMania, what is your biggest WrestleMania moment, maybe as a fan a few years before?
Well, I mean, as a fan, there's tons of them, you know. I got to see Shawn Michaels' last match at WrestleMania with The Undertaker, live in the crowd. That was my first live WrestleMania. And I grew up watching, so, you know, you have Hogan Warrior, you have, you know, Macho Man at WrestleMania 4, you've got Rock Hogan, some incredible moments as a fan. One of my favorite ones as a fan was actually a recent one, watching Daniel Bryan win the WWE Championship the last time we were in New Orleans. So, you know, I've been, again, very fortunate to be around for some cool stuff.
And I would guess one of your personal favorite moments is cashing in with Lesnar and Roman Reigns, of course. Now they're back in the main event, your old Shield partner, so I guess you will have an eye on how this is going. And what do you think about Roman? How is he doing at the moment?
Roman's great. I mean, he's obviously a little bit beat up. The last few weeks have been tough for him on Raw, but he's doing pretty good. And you know, based on what happened the last time these guys got into it, he asked me to kind of mind my business while he handles, you know, Lesnar by himself. And so a lot of people kind of been asking over the last few weeks, well, while Roman's getting beat up, where you at? And that's all Roman. Roman asked me not to get involved in any way, and as tough as it was, I know that Roman's a tough dude and he can take care of his own business. And I'll be watching on Sunday to see if he can take care of Brock Lesnar once and for all and win that Universal title.
Unfortunately, no Money in the Bank case on your hands now. This
no, I got my mind on something else. The Intercontinental Championship is my focus this weekend.
And your Shield brother Dean, of course, not on the card this year, I guess, being injured. Have you been in touch with him and how he's doing?
Yeah, you know, Dean's rehabbing, he's doing well, and I know from experience it sucks missing WrestleMania. That's, you know, he had a very substantial injury to his right triceps, and it required a pretty in-depth surgery. But he's doing really well. He's rehabbing, and he'll be back when the time's right. So I talked to him, and he's feeling pretty good. Obviously in a tough spot, and this weekend sucks for him, but he'll be back and better than ever. Good, boys? Yeah. All right, thanks.
Great.
Thank you.